Welcome to the Veterinary Marketing Podcast, where it's all about helping your veterinary practice attract, engage, and retain clients. Broadcasting a new podcast every Monday from sunny Southern California, here's your host, Brandon Bashirs.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode number 192 and a half of the Veterinary Marketing Podcast. Hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, we're going to talk about Google AdWords and competition. One question that I've been getting asked a lot is, are we winning? And that sounds like a kind of interesting question, and it's happened enough that I think I'm going to cover it today because I'm sure it's out there. So with relation to your Google AdWords, and especially with competition that is also bidding on Google AdWords, how can you tell if you're winning? What's the right way to think about this? Is this even the right question? We're going to identify, I think, what the main things that you should be focusing in on are, and this will help you with your Google AdWords, I think, immensely. So before we begin, I want to mention a few things. First, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe in iTunes or Google Play or Spotify. And number two, if you enjoy the podcast and you find value in it, could you be sure to share it on a social channel, either Instagram stories or Facebook or just wherever you spend time online? I would super appreciate it. All right, let's jump into today's episode. So we're talking about competition. There's a report under keywords where you can see what's called auction insights. When you bid on a keyword, you're bidding because it's an auction. You and all of your competition are bidding at this auction. So somebody searches vet near me, for example, you and everybody else is being put into the potential bid placement, and then you get to determine where you're going to be in rank and ad space, whether you're in the top number one slot, number two, number three, number four, or below. So the question that I get a lot is because you get a metric that's called impression share. And impression share is how many times you're showing up out of potential searches. So if you have vet near me, for example, and your impression share is 40%, anytime somebody searches vet near me, let's say somebody searches vet near me 10 times, out of those 10 times, your ad will show up 4 times. So a question that I'm getting a lot is, well, are we winning? Is it possible for us to win here? And it's kind of an interesting question to think about because the searches that are happening, anytime that you get a click, you get a win. So taking a look at overall impression share and thinking about, we have to be 100%, or we have to beat, this practice every single time. And that's the things that I'm getting a lot of times where people say, we want to be showing up far more than them. Well, here's the thing. You have a specific budget, you have your own goals, and you have your own, services that you're promoting. It's not going to be a direct competition. And there's also enough searches happening that you're going to be able to tap into the right kinds of clients. So number one is make sure that your search terms are on point, that you're getting the quality searches that you need. Number two, make sure your click-through rates are good. Number three, make sure your conversions are set up and optimized as much as possible so that you can understand, every time we get a phone call, we are booking appointments because we don't put people on hold. We make sure that they are met right away. Whatever it is that you need to do to get them in the door, that is how you're determining if you win or not. I think that if you look at impression share and you're like, we're only at 40%, we need to be at 100%. We need to be showing up every single time that, this large corporate practice is, or this large pet store chain is. If you're thinking in terms of that, that's trying to take out a competitor instead of trying to promote yourself. And so if your end goal is to get that competitor out of business, okay, then the metric for winning is you need to be showing up 100% of the time and getting the lion's share of the click engagement, right? But if the goal is to generate quality clients on a budget, like most veterinary practices have, then it's kind of irrelevant. It's important to know in terms of what you can do to scale, but looking at what competition is doing versus, are we winning? Are they winning? That's not the right question. Are you doing everything you can to convert clicks and to drive those clicks into people that actually walk through the door? If you're more often than not driving the clicks that you're getting that are high quality clicks in the right area at the right time of day, and they're turning into clients, you are winning because you're creating return on ad spend. So I hope this helps. I hope it's like a subtle mind shift And it hopefully will help you to get more out of your Google Ads. If you have any questions, comments, or need help with anything, don't forget, join the Facebook group, Veterinary Marketing Nerds, and I'll see you on next episode. Have a good one.